Hi guys, this is the advisor and welcome back to the channel of upright men and women. Happy Sunday to everybody who is tuning in to the advisor this morning. I just want to say welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. But listen guys, before we go any further. Wanna come and listen on the channels all the while, somehow, no? And not even for just press the subscribe button and send me up to 50,000. Come on, man. If you don't like my content, just press the subscribe button. Take a split second. Just like that, and just click all. And believe me, Bob's your uncle. See, just that simple. So I'm asking you, pretty please, with sugar on it, just subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you will get every video as soon as they come up, you'll be notified. Thank you very much. Having said that, some of you, after watching this video, may even unsubscribe. Because, you see, this video, but first of all, I do not sugarcoat things. And those of you who have been on my channel know that. I just shoot straight from the hip. You want to like it, that are your problem. But this is just me. And I'm just keeping it real. Today's video is about the protests that happened last week pertaining to with some church people who came out and saying that they want the government to abandon plans to legalize obeah. And I think some of you, and basically everybody need to hear what I have to say on this. I'm gonna mash some can. And some of you just don't have the stomach to keep listening. But for those of you for whom truth matters, facts matters, and those of you who are intelligent enough to appreciate a great intellectual discourse, you have just hit the jackpot. Because you see, most people, especially tricksters, they tell you what you want to hear. But since this is a learning channel, I tell you what you ought to know. Because I'm all about enlightenment. But as you all know, when I'm going into a topic, especially a topic that is meant to stimulate one's intellect, I normally lay the foundation for what I'm about to say. So, TikTokers, you're not gonna get nothing over yourself. So maybe you can quit from now. The people them who, this one is to cater for the thinking people. So here is where I start to lay the foundation. A few days ago, this lady from Four Paths, Clarendon, she calls herself Mother Adina. She said that God gave her a message for me. She said that she had been watching my channel for a while, and she has come to warn me that there is only one sin that God does not forgive, and that is blasphemy, and that my denying the existence of God is setting me on a clear path to my own destruction, and that the Lord has told her to warn me that I should be very careful the path that I'm traveling. Now, guys, me being a pragmatist, everything have to make sense to me. If I go into science class and I don't understand something that my science teacher is saying, or in my maths class, put it this way, biology, chemistry, any class, and you're being taught something and you don't understand it, what you gonna do? Ask questions from the teacher or whoever is conducting the class or who is conveying the message, right? Because that's how you learn. Like Mutabaruka once said, not once, I've heard him say it all the while, that the cultivation of doubt is the beginning of wisdom. I put it another way, which means the same thing, and that is, skepticism is the foundation of knowledge. So I became skeptical of what she was saying, and I had doubt. So in my quest to learn, I had to ask her some questions because I had to be clear. So I asked her, why did God not come to me directly? Why God have to come through you? She said that is because God would not come directly to me, but would send somebody who has the power of discernment, because that is how God works. Now me, a very keen Bible student, then said to her, lady, when Saul was going down on the road of Damascus to persecute Christians, how did didn't God just go straight to him? So how you gonna tell me now that God doesn't go to people who are skeptical about his existence? The lady skipped over that straight, and I went straight into another question that was very puzzling for me. I said, which God you talking about to begin with? Is it the same God who told Pastor Mark Stewart and Pastor Peter Chambers that the PNP was going to win the last elections? Is it that same God? The same God who never twist them out behind them or dumb them when them tell lie upon him? Is it the same God who did also tell Pastor Finn, remember Pastor Finn, who did tell lie upon God, say Portia was going to win that election that time too? Is it that same God who sent you to me? Is it that same God who gave you a message to give me? By this time, in all honesty, I was on a roll. I was on a roll. Because I'm not a person who entertain folkry for too long. So I said, is this the same God who stood by and watched those monsters play with baby Saraya Palwell, that innocent 18-month-old baby, and stood by and watched with folded arms while they slit her throat and burned she and her mother's body? That same God? Me only hear click. The lady gone, the one woman gone. So I say to you people, skepticism is the foundation of knowledge. The cultivation of doubt is the beginning of wisdom. Once people come with bull manure and you start to question them run, them wither. It coming like when you point a crucifix and garlic at a vampire. How him doth melt, him gone, as so you do them when them come with foolishness. Like how some people are cut off now and run when them can't stand them a truth, yeah. No. Me have to exempt one man out of the blanket statement there. I have an advisor fan called Zagazi, who I think is a reverend. I don't know, but I'll call him Reverend Zagazi. And Zagazi is the only man who has ever come on record as trying to come on and dispute my position on Christianity or on religion and a whole. And the man stamped him name for my program one time. Came on and gave me about a hour explaining himself as a Christian. Zaga, you never explained anything satisfactorily, but at least you tried. And for that, man, you are the most respected Christians to me. The rest of them wilt and run away. So, if you listen to these questions, me know you always listen me thing to the end, Zaga. Come back and let us discuss these points that are of concern to me. And I'm going to post it for all who are interested so they can listen to it. We can do that sometime in the week. Just get back in touch with me, Zags. And when the advisor rate you, you know say you're well rated, brother. Enough respect. But for you people who are willing to stay, this is where we get into the meat of the matter now. On Friday, September 25th, a large group of church people marched in Spanish Town, demonstrating against the possibility that the government of Jamaica may be legalizing obeah. The march was a very strong and vociferous one, and a number of persons spoke. And based on certain statements that the leaders of this protest had uttered, I feel it is my duty to come and ask some questions pertaining to those statements. And believe me, I'm not just being an agent provocateur. I honestly need answers. because some of these utterances makes no sense and are just downright stupid. And here are a few of those comments that were uttered during interview to the newspapers, to the media. I would like to comment on each and also state what is wrong with these comments. But let me make one thing clear. To me, Obia is nonsense. It is just a way for conmen to rob stupid people. Stupid people with dirty, corrupted mind. Now, I want you to listen to the first statement that was made. This is the first of those statements. Listen to it and then hear what I have to say.
Murder gone down. Obia can't go up. If Obia go up, it's gonna cause murder to go up again.
And this comment is made by one Bishop Rowan Edwards. There you have it. Murders are down, and if Obia go up, murders going to go up again. So, my question is, was Obia down? Was Obia up all the time, all the past 25 years when murders was up? And did the Obia go back down in the past year or two when murder start going down? This is a punk-ass stupid statement. But I'm sure that the very gullible will just buy into that without thinking. Real sheep. A sheep is the stupidest domesticated animal. So you wonder why them call church people sheep, or them call them the flock? It's because they will accept statements like this without question. Now, let's go to the second statement.
Our belief as Christian is a godly belief. And this country is a godly country with godly principle. And that's something that we want to maintain in this country, right? Obia and its practice is giving false hope and false belief.
Their belief is a godly belief, and this is a godly country with godly principles. And that is something that we want to maintain in this country. And that Obia gives false hope and false belief. But do not forget that this godly belief held by these people in this godly country still make them knock off roughly 1,500 people a year. Their belief in God never stop them from go kill any amount of people they want to kill. All the Obia man do is give us 6 for 9. Just like how the pastor them give us 6 for 9. So it's just like thief never likes a thief a long bag. Now, let's listen to Bishop Rowan Edwards again.
Voodoo has done to Haiti. It mash it down bad. When it's not major storm, it's major earthquake. When it's not major earthquake, it's gangs.
Obviously, this reverend knows absolutely nothing about Caribbean history, or the history of Haiti, or the slave trade, or of the injustice that had been meted out to Haiti by France since 1789 when Toussaint Louverture freed Haiti and it became the first black republic in history. He knows nothing of the reparations that the Haitian people from 1789 have to be paying to France in order for recognition, and the role that the perfect parasite played in keeping its feet in Haiti's neck since then. And as for earthquake and those things, China don't work voodoo, Iran don't work voodoo, Pakistan don't work voodoo, nor does Turkey. And those countries are hit with earthquake nearly every single year. So why God also attack those countries with earthquake? And apparently this man has no idea what tectonic plates are. You see how punk ass stupid religious leaders are? Know nothing about history nor geography. But the gullible sheep swallow all of that. Of course. But the statement that took the cake was this one by the Reverend Dr. Alvin Bailey. And he said this.
practices, flashing buses with white rum, lighting candles and holding ceremonies that are akin to Obia were some of the practices that we see from our politicians right across the board. And so it has desensitized and seemingly accommodate the practice of Obia in one shape, form or size. And no doubt right now the Obia man and Obia people are thinking that it's okay for them to go beyond their existence and the knowledge of that we have of them to be asking that the practice be legalized.
No, you only not going to understand why I find this one so laughable. But let me explain to you. On Wednesday, the 14th of November, 2018, there was a ceremony held at the air wing of the Up Park Camp, JDF Up Park Camp, in which a Beechcraft anti-drug plane was being inaugurated into the Jamaican security system. At that function, the focus was on blessing the aeroplanes. And the person who led the ceremony was the Colonel, the Reverend D. Smallings. Not quite sure what the D stands for. And he was there having a little picture with some water that him call holy water. And see him here, he was splashing the plane with it, splashing the plane. Go all around the plane, four corner, same little abacadabra and whatever, and splash the plane going all around. Where was Reverend Dr. Alvin Bailey at that time? Was it because this man was an Anglican priest? Why him could have flash and splash water on the plane and on helicopter and on everybody? Because I'm quite sure he was referring to Daryl Vaz, who was splashing some white rum on the yellow school buses. But that is a harmless prank that happened all over Jamaica with every little thing, grave digging and all kind of nonsense, which means nothing. But he put such a great meaning to it and then associate it with Obia. I don't think this Anglican priest doing all that abacadabra thingamabob stuff was also Obia. Because there's a thin line between Obia and religion. Religion is just a pastor, to me, is just an Obia man who run a church. The Obia man, to me, is just a pastor who runs a barnyard. Very little difference between the two. They both are selling a 60 and 9, and you can't question them. But here is the crux of the matter now. Here's the crux of the matter. Only Christians go Obia man. People without beliefs, like myself, you'll never find us at a barnyard. Because we don't believe in it any more than we believe in the words where the pastor say. Half of the people, I wouldn't say half, 90%, 9 out of every 10 of them people the way you see a follow in the parade in this demonstration against Obia. Them are some of the biggest clientele of the Obia man. All of them go there virtually. Why is that? You see, once you can believe in this imaginary thing named the God, you will believe in any madness way anybody tell you. And the Obia man is the closest person for you go to figure tell your business and seek help. Anybody who will kneel down upon them knee at them bedside and talk to themselves will also go to a barnyard and go make the guzzle man, the flim flam man, tell him anything them feel for tell him and take him money. Whether them take your money at church or them take your money at the barnyard, are you still a lose? Are the person still a win? Are the Obia man still a win? So don't let these people come with their sanctimonious platitudes and come pretend that they are all there and they are all more perfect than their counterpart who run him little, have him little touch hut with him zinc fence with him red flag and think say him is any better through him have a big church on the front page. They are all the same. Tell me what you think in the comment section and Zaga, enough respect.